Okay, so am I there? Am I there? I don't know. Oh, yes. I think so. Okay. Wow. I'm not sure if you're... I have an ad, so I'll wait for the ad to end. I'm not sure if you can see me, guys, yet or not. Where's... I guess I will find out if someone says, yeah, I see you. Okay, so who we got? We got Crochet Rocks. Whoever that is. We've got Sidra Art and Craft and Tracy Evans. Hi, Tracy and JK and Patty and Brett and Stubbsy and Casey Mortley. Hobby Rocks, I was just seeing if it was on. Deborah Thacker and Kathy Hacker. They rhyme. You guys rhyme. You're the best. Okay. And Tracy and Elizabeth. Hello. Wow. You know what? I think I might have done something right for a change. Do I look smug? Do I? Well, I must be getting to grips with this here StreamYard malarkey because it's kind of worked. You know, what can I say? So how are you all? I've only got a little chat. Look, this is what I'm looking at. That's what I see. So, yeah, how are you all? What are you up to? Have you had a good day? Is it rotten weather where you are? It was okay this morning here. It's kind of overcast, then sunny, and then I went out into the Yarny van to do a little bit. I thought, don't get all hot and sweaty though, because you're doing a live stream. So once I started to go, I've had enough, I came out and it was all muggy outside and overcast, and it looked like it was going to rain, but it didn't. So I think that's probably why I suddenly came over all hot in there, because it was humid, you know, and horrible. So I'm not sure how long we've got this weather for, but I don't think it's much longer. Does look like it might rain, you're right. Hi, Diana. Welcome. And it's cold and wet. Where are you, Brett? Don't forget the thummies, guys. Don't forget the thumbs, because I can't really see the actual... I suppose I could if I actually... No, because it would just mess with things. I'm going to leave it as it is, as I did it right. You know what I mean? I came on just a tad early, but better early than not at all, right? In Adelaide, in Australia. Oh, okay. So it's cold and wet. Your winter though, right? Ish. Perhaps not depths of. Maybe autumnish. Getting there. Maybe. I don't know. I kind of got tracked. Springish. When do we have Christmas? You have summer. That's all I know. But it's one of those times, isn't it? Like I mentioned them all. So I got to be right in some way. Anyway, cheers, guys. Formula One's on as we speak. It's just about to, I can't say kick off, but it's about to drive off. But I'm not watching it. Instead, I've got my box cup, and I'll watch the replay if it's any good, because it hasn't been, for me, any good this last few days. So, you know, I'll probably watch it later rather than now. Anyway, that's a bit hot. So, what have you been doing? Have you been watching anything fun? It's winter. Oh, okay. Patty's got rain in Vermont. Definitely a welcome rain at this point. Yarny Cat, hello, welcome in. Don't forget the thummy. Yeah, it's a bit welcome here, really. You know, we've had the relentless sunshine and heat since early spring. So I suppose it's okay to have a week off. But, you know, any longer than that, we'll start moaning about it, really. Just saying, because, you know, we are pretty fickle here in the UK when it comes to our weather. Pretty fickle. So I was having a bit of a sort out in the Yarny van. As you all know, it's a bit of a mission. And I sort of stood back and perused the site that I was making. And I thought, you know, those big boxes that I said were going to make a big difference. not really made much difference. And I'm a bit, you know, I've also got tons of bags with WIPs in that I'm going to get rid of because I'm never going to finish them. And I made a start on that, but I need to get a kind of a tub, a crate, and put the ones that I might just finish in and be very mercenary and throw away the ones I'm not going to do, because it's senseless keeping them in bags and keeping them in my way when I need that space. So right now I've got a great big box with a special DK in it, and on top of that are two tubs, you know, the ones with the lids with special DK in, because there was too much for one big box. And in the next part, I've got two big boxes of High Street mystery box yarn. You know, when I do like yarn quests and things like that, I throw all the, not all of it, but I throw most of that yarn into those boxes, and that's what I use to do High Street mystery boxes with. So I've now got two boxes with that in, and I looked and I thought, oh, I've got to sort some major WIPs out before I do any more. So I kind of left after getting a bit warm. Beth, hi Beth. Hang on, let me go back because I might have missed. I missed quite a bit. Tina and Gertrude, hi. 100 degrees in Tennessee. Yeehaw, that's a bit hot. And Sidra Art and Craft from Pakistan, welcome. Don't forget the thummies, guys. All my new people that have come in would like to see some sunshine now. You've had enough of it, have you? Sarah, hi. You got your yarn from Delaware from one, and you're making a bag from the cotton. The box was big enough to put your dogs in and make a candle, and it's no worse than making a jelly. Oh, okay. I kind of got lost in that. But I'm glad you got lots of yarn and you're making a bag. That sounds cool. My son's messaging me about the football. Okay, Beth, good morning. It's wonderful to see you too. I'm really glad to see you. Don't forget the thummy. So basically, Tracy's big blanket. Hello to all. And have I missed anyone else? Can you send me? Well, I don't think so. Please talk slowly. Do my best. Helen Becker, you need to put another van on top of the one and a staircase. You're not wrong. I need a mezzanine floored. I really do. Seriously do. Seriously. But yeah. I don't know what to say to that. I actually do. Wouldn't that be fun? You remember those containers? You see that people make houses out of those. You know, the shipping containers. They cut open the door and the windows, and then they put another one on top. I think I need that in my life. Wouldn't that be cool? But you wouldn't really get much of a phone signal in there, though. It's the only drag. It's a big metal building, but they look so cool, don't they, when people make stuff out of those containers? Maybe that's what I needed. Sort of like a big maze of containers all over. There's an idea. Maybe I should get Gary onto that one. That would be fun. Hello from Australia. Hope's World of Crochet. Well, hello to you. And don't forget the thummy. You've got a fellow Australian in. Do you notice I say Australia, not Australia? I think that's how Australians say it, to be honest with you. I like a bit of language things, as you well know. But I had a friend from Australia, and it kind of rubbed off on me. So that's why I say it. But I was having a good sort out because I had to put my new yarn out there. Yeah, thanks for that. My mods. That's much, much appreciated. So, yeah, I was having a bit of sort out. And isn't it funny how the simplest things that you make are your favorites? Because I absolutely love this, right? This is just a granny triangle shawl. I did a tutorial for it. And I absolutely love it because it's the colours and the way the yarn works together. And I really, really love that. And then I have this, which is a wrap that I made some time ago. Someone said to me when I made it, oh, please do a tutorial for that. And I said, yeah, I will. And I didn't. So I feel bad. But I absolutely love this thing. It's just not a very big wrap, but it's gorgeous. And I love the colours. And I just freestyled it. So when they said, oh, do you have a tutorial for that? I said, no, I freestyled it, but I can work it out and I'll do one. And I never got round to doing that. But this is Roll With It yarn that I got from Joann's when they used to ship abroad. And I loved this. It was a rainbow glitz. I don't know if you're picking up. You might not pick up the glitz, but it's just kind of like a sampler, really. But I absolutely loved my favourite 2 wraps. Just thought I'd show you. But it's weird how the simplest things you make don't necessarily have to do the intricate, difficult stuff, turn out to be the things you love the most. And where am I? Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Yeah, stop, please. Thank you, Hannah. They are pretty. I might do a try and do a tutorial for that. You know what? I turned my aircon down in that room. I really wish I hadn't. Oh, hang on, just a blast. I need a blast. So what I thought of doing, see, I haven't got any more of that Roll With It. I have Roll With It, and it is glitzy Roll With It, but one's magenta and kind of like a purpley magenta, and the other one is blue, and it goes ombre to white. I think the magenta does as well. But I also have this yarn, same place that I got it, from Joann's when they shipped to the UK, and it is Lion Brand Sunset Nights. Oh god, I love that. It's so nice. It does have a glitz. I don't know if you can see the like sequins in it, so I could do it with that. I could do it with the Sunset Nights. These were yarn bees that somebody sent to me. I need to use those. That's very nice yarn. But I have this, which I got one here. So I bought some yarn and for my shop, and a couple arrived without yarn bands on. So I figured they're mine then, you know, and they are quite jolly colours. So I could use that to make it with, and it would be similar in a way. No, it wouldn't, because it's got teal in it, but it would be kind of along the same lines of making it with different colours, you know. There'll be no glitz, but at least it will you know, be more like that. And then I could do, I'm sure 2 would be enough. Maybe 2 might be enough. Don't rightly know. Oh, can where are we? Excuse me. What weight of fibre do you recommend for wraps and shawls? Well, both of those were DK. Roll With It, guys. They're DK, aren't they? If they're, I think it was DK. So in this country we have an abundance of DK. Yeah, that is definitely DK, even though it was from the USA. And I do like working with DK, I must admit, but because I find, because I'm not used to it, if I use a 4-weight worsted, or Aran as we call it, I find it a bit chunky. And that's nice if you want a nice warm blanket in the winter, but or maybe a nice kind of wrap. But I like the drape, you know, of something that's a little thinner. Well, I think so. Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Have I got new people coming? Let's have a look. Did I say hello, Tana? I think I did. Yeah, I'm sure I did. Let's go back. Hope's World of Crochet. And MJ Busy Michelle J. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's afternoon for us, but good morning to you. And it does, they all come in variable thicknesses. That's the trouble. It's like this is the swirly whirly cakes, and that's thicker than the Roll With It. But I don't know, as long as you've got the right hook you'll still get that same drapeability. Is drapeability a word? I think I just invented it, but you know, it's fine. It's all cool. So there's those yarns, and this one came as well, but I've only got one of those, and I'm not sure whether to put it in my shop. And then there are these. So these came, and I'm not sure whether to put these in the shop yet or not either. There's only 3 of them, but they are pretty. They are lovely, and I could make it with. It's got a bit of a fluff to it. Can you see? It's got a fuzziness, a slight fuzz. So yeah, I'm going to put them all in there because keep them nice and safe. But that's pretty. I like that one. And as it's got no yarn band, it's got to be mine. Shame. What a shame. It's mine. Anyway, I did order those. All of those new ones, I ordered them for me to see what they're like, you know. So if they're not great, I'm not putting them in the shop, but they are great. So might find them. I'll get them next. Silk Caress is very thin, yeah, but it's beautiful. I love that yarn. It is very thin, but if you kind of, you know, just use the right hook, it's fine. Do a giveaway. What for that? Might keep it. Just saying. Don't like people who beg. No. N Bloom 95. Thank you very much. So cute. Don't forget the thummy. No, I know what you mean. I find it awkward. I do find it awkward. You know, I can't snap people down. Can't snap them back. It's just, you know, I'm a bit too polite for that. So I rely on you. I rely on you guys. So what I might do while I'm here is if I go in here, I can, where are we? So I'm going to just, I haven't done this for a long time. Oh, hang on. Used to be able to, I am me. Channel activity, hide, put in timeout. How do I make you a mod then? I used to click on that to make mods. Things have changed. Oh my goodness. How do I make you a mod? I don't want it. Oh, there we go. Add as a moderator. There we go. I'm just going to make more of you moderators. What it was, why does it not come up for you? Oh, hang on. Is it because? No. Oh, yeah. There you go. Honestly, I used to be good at this, guys. Once upon a time. Allegedly. I think I did you. Yeah, did you already? It won't. I don't know who I have and who I haven't. But have I done you? No. There we go. It's like, you know, no, blah, blah, blah. It's not like you got to do too much as a moderator. If you're a member, you might not show up that you're a moderator, but you are. So, because when I was a member and a moderator, I only ever showed up as one or the other. But my members, I know my mods as well as a few people that I've known for quite a long time. And if I've missed you, then, you know, sorry, but I think I've got to stop doing that now so that I can talk to you. I'm back. So yeah, we've got, oh, look at the blue now. Look at the blue. Hi, Samantha. Welcome in. Don't forget the thummy. It's not always my friend, that's for sure, technology. It used to be. I used to be very, very good. Used to be very good at being technical. But it was there. It was just, the list is now so long of things you can do that if you click the dots, for me that is, that I had to scroll it up to find it. So I'm going to drink my tea before it gets cold. But yeah, I love those yarns. They are kind of pretty. Yeah, but they didn't have much of it, but I ordered what they had. But obviously, certain yarn is now back in stock, if that makes any sense to you guys, because it was very similar to that yarn. You might have realized where it came from. So I've done that video anyway. I think it goes up today. I'm probably going to compete with my own self. Yeah, probably. Cheers. Gonna have a quick sip. My first cup of tea tasted odd this morning. Hi, Connie. Don't forget the thummies, guys, if you've just come in. Love all the yarns and treats in your mystery bag. I know I do try and put lots in. And while I was sorting out in the yarn van, I came across, I used to keep them all. Do you remember when magazines quite often used to give you a pack of yarn with a little plastic crochet hook or a plastic pair of knitting needles or both? And I'd keep those packs. I used to put them in people's orders. But what happened was I put them all in a bag and then I couldn't find them anymore because I'd tidied up. So now I've come across all of those. It's not the best yarn in the world, but it's pretty good for making toys. So what I think I might do is give some to Sophia so that she can make toys for Ezra, and put some in orders when they come in. And the people, if they don't want it, they can always throw it away. But that's what I always used to do with it. But I don't get that anymore. I used to get it, especially in that Crochet and Knitting magazine. But that's so thin, that magazine, that I found it to be not worth the money. And so I got rid of that one and don't open with me anymore. And it always had some yarn in it, and it always had some amigurumi projects. And I didn't mind doing it, but it got thinner and thinner, and it was the most expensive one of the lot because they'd put that yarn in it, you know. So one day when I opened the package, the magazine was so thin, it was like a leaflet. Seriously, it was bad. So I said that's my last one, and I've never really bought it since. I think I got one to see if it had changed, and it hadn't. So I've left it. And quite often when I go to the supermarket, I see it there on the shelves, and I always think, nah. I pick it up and I sort of assess how thin the magazine is through the packaging, and I think you haven't changed at all. It's still ridiculously thin. So there used to be one called Crochet and Knitting, which was thicker. And then there was Knitting and Crochet and Knitting. One of them was a good magazine, and that's one that is gone, unfortunately. I'm going to have a quick snap. So I haven't done any knitting ones for quite some time. What's been occurring? Got a moustache. We are having some of the same issues with Joanne's yarn. Not all of it come back. Has Joanne's been saved? I thought that I heard that some of the other companies were buying up some of the Joanne's, like the big twists that everybody was kind of sad about. That you could get some big twist from Hirschner's and some big twist from Michael's, was it, or one of the others that had bought out their stuff. But yeah, so is Joanne's coming rescued or not? Hang on, I've got to go back. It moved. Where was that? Oh, there we are. Saving for Advent bags. I asked Victoria because she's got a Cricut and she's got loads of accessories for it and everything, and we're kind of gradually, Christmases, birthdays, we're adding to this. So she makes cakes, she makes cake toppers, she prints out pictures for cakes, she can print edible ones. And she made Tyler's cake the other day. She only had 24 hours notice. So she made a nice tall chocolate ganache cake. I couldn't eat it, so it wasn't gluten-free. I didn't really sort of ask for that until after she'd made it. So I took myself gluten-free muffin to have just while they were in the cake. But it did look lovely, I have to say. And she printed out pictures of Tyler and put them on a skewer sort of thing, sticking out like little pictures. But you know, when she did Paul, she did them in edible ink, and we all ate pieces of Paul. Doesn't sound right, but we did. Julie, hello. How are you? I was going to message you. I was going to email you, see how you are, and if everything is how you're all doing. So I haven't seen you for a little while. Been a bit under the weather myself, and sort of soldiering on, but it's took it out of me really. Whereas I normally would do loads, I was kind of struggling to do the barest of minimums. But I'm glad to say I feel much better. I'm back to myself. Yay! Remember when laundry soap came with gifts in it? My mum used to get hand towels that way. Everything used to come with gifts. Remember when breakfast cereal always had a toy in it and a gift? Not anymore. It's terrible, really, isn't it? You get nothing anymore. Don't get nothing. Not know how. Hi, Carol, and everyone. She says hello to everyone. And Judy, welcome in, everybody. And don't forget the thummies. You're crocheting Serdar Hearts and Flowers blanket, which is cool. If I've missed anything, I do apologise. So just the yarn. So what, Joann's are going to just be a yarn store, not Joann's Fabrics. So, or is it just the yarn going somewhere else? Or will it be Joann's yarn? I liked Joann's. I went to Joann's when I was in Vegas. You've probably heard this story, but I learned how to use Uber so that I could go yarn shopping. And thankfully, we almost got caught by one of those people that do timeshares. And when we was in Vegas previously, we had a day out with them, and it was a really good day out. And we met a lovely lady called Darlene, who's still a friend of mine on Facebook. And she told us all the real best places to go. And we did. We had a great time going to some of the places that she suggested. And we had food and drink, and we had a chat, and we had the sun. It was lovely. It just wasn't too bad missing like an afternoon, because we were there for 2 weeks at a time. Anyway, I digressed. So they were doing the same thing where they give you, when we did that, they gave us tickets to see the Cirque du Soleil car, KA. And this time around, they would say, we will give you half price. So they got a bit more stingy. And they said, oh, you make your own way there and we'll reimburse you. So I said, how do we make our way there? She said, get an Uber. And I said, how do you get an Uber? She said, oh, give me your phone and I'll put it all on there for you. So she set it all up with my, my banking and everything. She set it all up for me. And then I weighed it up and I thought, hang on. So we've got to pay the other half to go to the show that we want. And the shows that we wanted, we couldn't do because some of them were on there. They have like a mid-season break. So the ones we really wanted were on a break. So I said, oh, well, forget it then. And this woman was a bit cheesed off. She spent ages on us and taught me how to use Uber still. So I thought, I'll give this Uber a try and we'll go yarn shopping. So I found 2 kind of little shopping. They're not malls exactly. They were like our business parks. And 2 of them very close by. One had a Michael's and a Walmart, and the other one had a Joann's and the other shop. What's the other shop? Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. That was inside them all. And I thought, I'm going. Right. So I went into all of them, and Gary had mistakenly read the kilograms instead of the pounds of the luggage. So we didn't take as much as I could have got, which is probably good because, I mean, I would have spent all of the money I had in the world on yarn to bring it home. But, yeah, I would have liked to have brought more back. But it was good fun. It was good fun. So I've got to go back, haven't I? Everyone's saying hi. Sarah says, my brother is, have you tried Bakewell sliced by crumbs? Can't even tell that they are gluten-free. Tell you what, some of the gluten-free stuff is really, really nice now. When I first, tried gluten-free, The bread was disgusting. You couldn't really buy much. It was extortionate prices, but still dearer. But it's a lot better now, and you can make some pretty decent stuff with the flour anyway yourself. So my banana cake is really nice if I make it gluten-free. Okay, what else have I missed? Hello, Claptrap. Welcome in. Never had an Uber or a takeaway delivery. Really remote where you are. Well, we do. We have we get Just Eat deliver here, but because I have an unmade road, some they deliver, all of them except creams, which isn't bad because I don't want to get fatter. But I had a bit of a thing with the woman from Creams because she said that they would have to meet her at the top of the road. And Gary had a beer, and I can't remember why I couldn't drive, but he did go and get it. And I said, everybody else comes down our road. Oh, well, we're not going to come down. I said, well, I won't be buying from you again. And to this day, I never have bought from Creams. Not that they really care, but, you think Hirschner's and Mary Maxim has some of the yarn. Hirschner's does. Mary Maxim as well. It is quite nice being remote at times. Other times, not so much. You call it a strip mall. What, when it's a business park and you've got to walk from one shop outside to the other? Is that a strip mall? And I always wonder what a strip mall was. So it's like a mall but stripped down, sort of a strip mall or a mall on the strip. I think I'm thinking about it too much, personally, probably. You go to Hobby Lobby mostly, but now if Michael's has a sale, you'll go. I think it was Joann's that I liked the most, as I remember. But they're all good. They're all good. Hi, Suzanne. You can't stay. You left your thummy. Well done. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Yeah, I know. I can remember that. Not that I used to get bread from the doctor because it's not that long ago, but I know when Michael was it Paul? Hang on, let me think. When Paul was little, he was friends with this boy called Nick. And I got friendly with his mum, Ginny, and she was celiac, and she had to get her bread and all this stuff off the doctor. And my then husband's uncle was celiac, and they had the same. But they were both really skinny because there wasn't the products back then, but they used to have to get their bread off of prescription. I remember that. But yeah, at least it's better now, but it's still more expensive than it should be. Anyone else heard about Jonah? Jonah? He lived in a whale, didn't he? Sorry, I'm being silly. No, Jonah? What's Jonah? Sorry, I've got an itchy leg if you wonder what I'm up to. You went to Hobby Lobby yesterday in the aisles. Are so short on hardly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, I had the same thing when I went to Hobbycraft. There was and I filmed it, and there was all these empty baskets, and when you go along the aisle, you've got like a gap there, and then you've got a gap that's 3 sort of sections wide in that bit, and then you've got a gap at the top, and over the other side there was gaps. And they did have all these boxes of yarn that they were filling up the shelves, but none of that fitted in the gaps. It was somewhere else. And they had things like feels like butter, but I didn't want to get that. I've used it before. I didn't have anything to really make with it. So just recently I've been doing compilations. I don't know if you've seen them, but I'll be picking out some of my tutorials that go together, like when I did the beanie hats and the mittens and the stuff for newborns, and it was granny stuff. So I put all of those in one video and do it that way. But I'm going to have another little experiment. When I do my next square, I'm going to experiment with that. So I do 2 videos. I do a right-handed and I do a left-handed version. Well, there is this school of thought that the left-handed videos that we put out, they don't get as many views, so therefore they harm our channel. But obviously we want to do them for left-handed people. But when you put those up, because the views are down, it does make the YouTube algorithm think, they know they don't want to watch our channel. You know, obviously, look at that. So what I'm going to do as this experiment, and it's my idea, I've thought of this, this is mine. I do fully expect others to follow me. I'm going to do one video and I'm going to put both on it. So the first part will be the right-handed, and then at a timestamp will be the left-handed. So it's going to be one video fits all, and therefore all the views should then go for that one video if people know about it. But that's the killer. Will they know about it? I'm going to try and put it on the thumbnail, right-handed and left-handed tutorial, and hopefully it's going to work. So that's my little experiment. That's my brainwave. See, my brain is working again now. I must be feeling better, mustn't I? Because my brain is better. Okay, have I missed anything? The young lad who is known as a crochet prodigy, American, I think, done work for yarn companies, Lion Brand. I think he's been on YouTube a lot. Oh, no, I don't know who that is. Did I say hello, Jennifer? I'm not sure. If I didn't, hello. Welcome in. If I did, it's because I'm senile. I forgot. What? I'm making my first garment and I'm about to sew pieces together using the invisible join. What length of yarn do I need for the sewing? I would double the length. Some for weaving the ends, or is that overkill? I read is that overkill first, and I thought overkill of what? I think it's a good idea. I do. I love that bucket hat behind you. I love the colours. Oh my, that's Joan's hat. Yeah, I did that tutorial last year. I do have something else in the pipeline that's you know, I might do. I've been saying that for a while though. But regarding that, I think twice the length, because you need a bit sticking out of that end and then you pull it as you go, but you need the both ends. So I would say as long as you're not short on yarn, yeah, it's better for you really. It's kind of nice to have a decent end to sew in. You can follow right-handed, but when you do cardigans you have to swap left. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So it's best to have your own, isn't it? It is best to have the right one. Joan's kind of, the bucket hat slipped forward. She's got the eyes right now. I didn't realize you could see it, because normally you can just see me, but this is much wider kind of. Oh, you can see my mess as well. That's not good, is it? Jonah, from Jonah's Hands, age 17. He was accused of rape as a minor. Oh, where did that go? I don't know any more details. Really? Wow. So, now his hands are idle crocheting, if that is the case. Of course, I mean, it's alleged. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know who he is. But I have been watching that Amy Bradley thing, and oh my God, have you seen that documentary? Amy Bradley is Missing. It's on Netflix and it is compelling viewing. I mean, there's 3, I think, in it. And they left a few things out. There should have been like 4 episodes, but like Netflix didn't put all of the footage in. So since I've been watching her brother, who's called Brad Bradley, believe it or not. It's not the funniest name. I mean, I worked with a boy called Thomas. Yeah. And another, I worked with Richard Thomas and his brother Richard Thomas. Yeah. Serious. And that it wasn't like one was adopted or anything. It was just that the mum called them both the same name. Which, she was drunk, I guess, was an excuse. Anyway, I digressed. Brad. the brother, has been on lots and lots of YouTube channels being interviewed, quite serious interviews, about telling you the things that have been missed out the Netflix and all of this, that and the other. And one thing, I've left a comment on a couple of them. Hi, Angela. See the chat because of the cataract. Well, hopefully you can. That's a shame. I have the start of cataract. Not too impressed with that, but yeah, apparently so. Anyway, Brad, he's been on all these channels doing these interviews about a few of the things that were left out and some of the info. But you know what I can't help think, and I did leave a comment to this one. They said that as part of the reason they think she's still alive and in that area where she was taken off the ship, that she hits the website that's been made for her and the family every Christmas, on her mother's birthday, and at all these milestones. What a silly thing to say. Because if somebody is listening to that and they think, you ain't going on there again, and they stop her, and that might have been the only link that she had to her parents and her brother and her past, because they, you know, the school of thought is that A, she can't get away, and B, she has no passport, it's a corrupt area, and they think that she might now have kids, and these kind of, they're like the mafia, and the Caribbean mafia, and that they kind of threaten families that, you know, if you try and get away, we'll kill this person, we'll kill that person. And if they've got kids, they could be holding those over her. So it's all kind of, you know, alleged and theories. But the fact that somebody in that region, every time there was a family milestone, would hit that website, I just feel like it's sad that they brought that up, because what if she now can't, you know? Anyway, it is very compelling viewing. I know, I'm only 32. What? Yeah, I know, it's just out of order. Oh, hang on. A big can of beer just popped up. I accidentally put the finger where I didn't want to. Jennifer, I am fine, thank you. I'm doing well for once. Yay. Mimi loves crochet. Hello there. Good to see you. Don't forget the thummies if you've not long been in. So yeah, I've been watching that quite avidly, and watching the I don't just watch any of them, because you know what it's like when you get a story like that, then you'll get everybody making videos about it. I mean, I could make a video about it telling everybody, but it doesn't make it factual. So I tend to go to the ones where they're interviewing her brother, you know, and it's genuine. So I'm quite picky about that. Hi, Tammy. And Mimi, Tammy. Oh, bless. How are you guys? You got it in both eyes. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I mean, I don't know if I do. But when I had my eyes tested and I had to get glasses for computer and reading, they said you had the start of cataracts. So that might be why sometimes it's a bit hazy for you, or vision is hazy. And I thought, it's not. I don't find it hazy. It must have been hazy for a very long time, because I'm used to that. But there are times when I feel like, you know, look across the room and it does seem misty when it's not. But I can't say that I really feel like my vision's hazy. Maybe. But, you know, they said, we don't have to do anything about it now. It's very, you know, early stages. But I thought, great. We've got that to look forward to when I'm in my 40s, perhaps. Yeah. Oh dear. So I've done no crochet because we had company. We had Tyler's birthday, and you know, then Gary said, "Oh, I have the girls stay," because obviously they came to the park. Well, it wasn't party; it was flip out, you know, trampolini place. And he said, "Oh, I'll have the girls stay." So we brought them back with us, and you know, fed them and all that sort of thing. And then just at bedtime, Sophia started crying that she felt really ill and she wanted to go home. So I gave her a cuddle, and to be fair, her back was burning. And when she was standing there, she was shivering. And I said, you know, you want to put your clothes on to get in the car? And she went, no. So she obviously felt hot, I guess, but she was shivering. So I persuaded her to put a top on at least, because she only had a little vest. And we got them in the car and we took them home. But the reason they were staying was because the following day we were going to have them while Charlotte did some eyelashes, because she's a technician. And then she was coming over for dinner. So we didn't know if they would come or not. And then, so the next morning, oh, she's much better now, we're coming. So that was another day. So we had another day where I, you know, had to take all my stuff out and not have it in. And I've not really been able to get back to normal since. Not yet, anyway. The day 60s is the new 40. They say that. They do. They fix one at a time so you can see the amazing difference between the bad eye and the good eye. Wow. My sister's had cataract surgery, I think. Not that I see her or talk to her much these days. She she kind of got the ump with me over something. Can't remember what now. Oh well, can't remember. But she did. And started ignoring me. Can't even remember why. It was practically nothing, to be honest with you. But yeah, she just decided to ignore me from that moment on. And then a little while ago, she tagged me in something on Facebook, and I answered, and then we've kind of gone back to no comment again. That is life, isn't it? Sammy's birthday, so must go to family breakfast. I'll try and lurk. Great seeing you. Thank you for coming. So good to see you. And yeah, hopefully I'll do some more anyway. And you know, I said I was going to do some last week, but I was ill. I had a few days where I was just so tired and completely done in, and I had a whole day where I just was bathed, absolutely bathed in sweat and couldn't stop sweating. And Gary was saying, there's something wrong with you, you know, because it's not hot. And you know, it wasn't. But I think I must have had something and had a good, like, sweated it out at that particular day, because I honestly could not stop. And after a few hours, I started to think, I smell. So I went and had to have a shower. It wasn't that long since I've had one, but I was just really hot that day. Thank goodness it's gone, whatever it was. Yeah, enjoy your little get together. So I don't know how long I've been on. That's one thing about this. I just don't know how what it's, you know, there's no counter that tells me. Or is it? Can I see it on here? Ooh. Oh, look, I haven't given myself a thumbie. Huh. That's not good, is it? Tell everyone else to do it and then I don't. I can't see how long I've been on for. Get my chat back. Oh, hang on. I might not have everything visible. How do you do that on the phone? Because it just says top chat. Is it that one? All messages. There we go. If I missed any of your messages, I'm sorry. It's just that I did that on the computer. 48 minutes. Thank you. So I did it on the computer when I was looking on there, but obviously I didn't do it on the phone. So I might have missed some messages. So if I have, I do apologize. So yeah, I might do the tutorial for this then. That was my fault. It got caught on the corner. One hooked it and decided to dump the hooks on the floor. Oh well, I'll pick them up in a minute. But yeah, I might do this as a tutorial. I mean, I did get asked a long while ago. just like didn't do it. But I love this orange. It's my favourite. The way that goes. Look at that orange with that pink. And I just love it. And the white and the yellow. You know what it reminds me of? When you see this section here, it reminds me of that paint box splash. Let's not tread on these because they're tulip red hooks. I've got one in my foot. One in my flip-flop. I've got a hook in my flip-flop. Oh, well, at least it was nothing like tea all over the place, just a few hooks. That's all right. So I've got a few other little things planned. I wanted to find somebody who is a knife holder that live near me, and I've got a feeling that Victoria's how can I put this, replacement, because Victoria used to be with Ben, and they had Alfie and Bailey, and they split up, and he went with a girl called Heather, and they're all very good friends, because obviously there's kids involved. So now they've got 4 kids. I want to say 4, maybe 5. I don't know. I can't, lost track. But they've got kids. So, and she crochets, Heather. And I reckon she's probably a knife holder. I taught Vic, so she's a pen holder. I taught Sophia, so she's a pen holder. So both of those two are not really good to me, but for me rather. But maybe Heather, perhaps if I can enlist her help, I can get her to do something for me. It's just a little test. Love the live chats. All your followers are lovely. They are lovely. They are lovely. And there's more lovely ones that are not here as well. But yeah, they are. I have got lovely subscribers. I haven't got rude ones. Some people are very unlucky to get kind of obnoxiously rude people. And I did have a rude comment the other day. I did mention this in my chat, but I've got a feeling that it was a plant, if you know what I mean. I don't think it was genuine. I've got a feeling it was a planted person. But if not, I was tempted to give him a reply, but in the end I just hid him, because I just feel like, well, you don't have to watch, you know, it's not like compulsory, is it? And I got rid of him. So it's a privilege to be part of my little gang, and a privilege they no longer have. Just saying. The orange and the pink and the yellow, I think, are really good together. You're a pencil holder. Knife holder. Let's see, I'm not a knife holder. It unsubscribed you again. I didn't know that they were still doing all that purging rubbish. So far, your chats have been pleasant. That's good. Claptrap bought L'Oreal DIY hair dye kit that claimed to be very light ash. Now your hair's strawberry blonde. Wouldn't mind too much, but you planned to add blue. And it's and you're afraid to go purple's lovely. I like purple. Ash always pulls red. Does it? Well, you know what I did? I did a video on it over on Rocksteady, but I did tell you guys ketchup. But it's only when it grabs the icky colour that you can do that. It was like that last week. You thought it was your thyroid. I don't know. See, now Sophia, I've taught her to be a pen holder, and she's left-handed, but she's a kid, and they adapt to just about anything, don't they? Really. But yeah, when my hair grabbed that colour of the cream and it went kind of khaki, horrible colours, the ketchup trick, it always works. And the woman who taught me that was a hairdressing teacher. Her name was Mel. I was very lucky for her to have sort of mentioned it, because I've used it several times and it always works. But I have to dye mine. When I washed my hair this morning, and I was brushing the knots out because now it's this length, it just knots all the time. So I was brushing all the knots out with my Tangle Teaser brush, and as it parted about there, I looked and I thought, grey, where'd that grey come from? Because I don't really feel like I notice it so much there, but I must have missed a bit when I did it last, and there's a chunk of grey. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna have to dye it next time. Next time I'm washing it, I'm dyeing it at the same time, but not with the one that makes the cream go. I use my normal colour. You always wanted to end up red. Well, the thing is, I was born a redhead. I was born with auburn hair. Kind of like a golden auburn. Not like a really carroty yet, but it was golden. And I liked it, but I didn't like the teasing. That was the thing. And I always wished I just had normal brown hair or blonde hair or something that was just not noticeable by anyone I wouldn't get teased for. So I dyed my hair. And I've been dyeing it ever since, but with just semi-permanent wash-ins. And the one that I always find works best for me is Holly Willoughby on the front. I don't know what number that is, but whatever one she's on the front of, that's the one I get. And it's just perfect for my hair. But after being blonde for quite some time, I got a bit bored. I got a bit bored with it. So I wanted to be that really dark but bright red, you know the one I mean, like, and I'd wanted that since teenager, when everybody went plum coloured and bright red back in the kind of punk time. I was never allowed to touch my hair when I was young. My mum wouldn't allow it. So anyway, I'm glad I didn't try it then, because the stuff that was on the market was pretty poor back then. But anyway, I decided I was going to do that. So I thought, well, obviously I need to go dark first. So I went dark and then I put the red on, and I loved it. I absolutely loved the colour. I do have a picture of me somewhere, but it was like very dark cherry red, and I loved it. And people used to look at me a lot more with that hair than that, you know, than with blonde. And Gary said one day, I like it, but it's not you. I met you when you have blonde hair, and that's how I see you. And I don't know if I like it in that respect. It doesn't look bad, but I prefer the blonde. So I thought, okay, I'll go back. And at that time, Michael was going to get married first time. So I thought, okay, I'll get rid of it. So I bought a stripper, and not like a sex worker. That's a whole new story. No, I bought one of those hair strippers, and I took it home, put it on, and it didn't go bad colour. And I thought, I'll give it like a day or so, and I'll put my hair dye on. I put my hair dye on, and all the red come back, but it didn't come back even. It came back patchy. And I looked at it, I had all these splodges of red, and I thought, what? It's just, so I went out and bought another stripper. So I stripped it out and I left it, because I thought it was all, and it was actually quite a good colour the second time. So when it came to the roots coming through, I thought I'd buy a colour, put it on, the red come back. Not as bad as before, and worse patches. Like you move it there and you'd have that great big red patch. So I thought, oh, I can't put up with this. So I kind of tied it back, went to the hair salon, and I said, right, I don't know what to do. They said, we've got to bleach it out. I said, okay, we'll do that then. And I said, because I want it to be nice and bright, because I'm going to Vegas for a wedding. So we bleached it out, lots of highlights, and it never came back again. But I had a terrible time getting rid of it. And then I decided to go red again one time. And I thought it won't happen again, because I was doing it over and over and over again every time the roots came through, because it came through lighter. And that was a build-up. So I did it, and it did come back a bit, but not much. And I was able to get rid of it myself. But honestly, it's so hard to get out. So you've got to really, really want it. Really want it. Otherwise, you could end up... I'm just reading where I'm up to. Pardon me. Finally, a use for the ketchup someone left in the fridge. You don't like ketchup? I love it on egg. I do both holds, depends on what you're doing. Wow, I can't get on with knife hold. Hi Tracy, welcome in. Don't forget the thumbie. That makes 3 of us, 3 Traces. What have you guys done to deserve that? It's a wonder your hair didn't fall out. It is a wonder my hair didn't fall out. You got a crew cut and got it dyed orange while your parents were on holiday. Oops, ad popped up. We're on holiday. Actually wanted a carrot top, but the hairdresser misunderstood. Punk was new, and she thought that you were one of them. Gary was a punk. Oh, see, I did go Auburn once. You know when I said I went red again, but I didn't go that red. I bought because I said, I was a bit fed up with being blonde again. And I said, I might go red, might go Auburn. After all, it's colour hair that I was born with, so it has to suit me. It can't not suit me because it's what I had, Anyway, I did it. And I don't know, I liked it at first. And after a while, I just thought, no. But when I first did it, I can remember my sister saying, my sister's back. It was really weird because I put a picture on Facebook and it was like, whoa, my sister's come back. But I got rid of it. I just wanted to see if I could bring it back. But yeah, and I can't really, because whenever roots come through, they just come through lighter. Let's not say grey, but they come back lighter, There's quite a lot of white in my hair now. I think it might just be over bleaching. Not sure. I don't really bleach, but you know what I mean. You was born blonde, but it turned dark at about 6. You imagine knife holders find it easier to transition to Tunisian. I don't know. Sarah says it is it 3 traces or 3 wise monkeys? I don't know. Or the 3 witches. Could be the 3 witches. Anyway, only one, because I can't say that about the other 2 lovely Tracies, can I? Just the one witch or the one monkey. I used to want to do so much to my hair when I was young, but my mum would never allow it. And she forbid all the hairdressers on this island to touch my hair. And I tried once in Laysdown, just up the road. There used to be a salon run by a lady called Dolly, and Dolly was a good friend of my mum's. And she was younger than my mum, but my mum was in there all the time. And Dolly drank in my mum's pub. So I went in there once with a friend called Linda, and she had a purdy cut. And I said, can I book in the haircut? And she went, no. And I said, why? She went, because your mother would kill me. She's warned me. I never cut your hair. I went, really? She said, yeah, we all know that as well. None of us will touch it. Sorry. I thought, oh my God, it sounds like the mafia. My mother mafia. Your mum is a redhead. She's 78 and still has no grey. My mum went prematurely grey. And yeah, I know the Belgian. Oh, is it on in a mo? I thought it was on at. I thought it actually came on at 2, but maybe that was the earlier chat. Oh, maybe I will get to see it then. I figured, Lewis Hamilton starting from the pit lane. It's rubbish. But you never know, do you? You never know. And I only want to be on for about an hour because I will clash with others and also have to put the dinner on. So, yeah, I've probably been on for about an hour, haven't I? You was born in the year of the monkey. Maybe we are monkeys. I wonder what I was born in the year of, because I'm only kind of like 32. Oh, because of the rain. Gary's brother's there actually in that rain, and his nephew. When they said that they'd booked up the Belgian Grand Prix, I thought, are you mad? It always rains. It always rains. So, but yeah, they're there in a tent. But they've been very lucky because the first day it wasn't brilliant weather, but yesterday it was all sunshine. So they've had an awful lot more sun and good weather than they normally would. Anyway, I am going to get off. And it's been so... Oh, Laurie, you've only just come in. Your grandmother had black hair until she passed. She didn't dye it. It probably was her heritage. My mum went prematurely grey. I didn't go prematurely grey. I just prematurely dyed it out. And then when I got pregnant, each time I got pregnant, my hair got darker. When I had Michael, it was black, almost black. Got a picture of me with really dark hair. Bizarre, because I've never had anything like it. But I had 2 miscarriages. So each time I got pregnant, it just got darker until it just went black. And then after that, I dyed it. And it's never been back since. Never really been any colour. I've got a little dark patch here that will never go. I mean, the only way that goes is if I actually bleach it out and then it goes yellow. It never really goes. It's just weird. The opposite of most people who get a grey streak. I have to go get a dark one. It's bizarre. So anyway, thank you for spending your afternoon with me. I will do some more, especially now I know how to set it up. Win-win. But yeah, great spending my day with you, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now. I hope you can do this.